So let me look at this. As you can see, I was doing a lot of AFK grinds. I don't have a whole lot of time anymore, like I used to. But the way that I've been able to make my silver, I pulled everything out into my inventory. It's 150 mil in my inventory. Then what I've been doing to be able to make the silver that I'm wanting to make, I've been processing. I made 30 mil in one day of processing. Didn't take long. I was pretty much 90% AFK. So right here, but I posted up for 10 mil, 9 mils, you know, a bunch of different stuff. So what I do is I process down for trades. So if we scroll through here, I process weapons, get these pure crystals. They sell for 340,000 a piece. There's not a whole lot on the market, so they wind up selling pretty quickly within a day or two. Sapphires, topazes, emeralds, rubies already been sold. 153 for 8.5 mil. Get those from accessories. This you get from armor, the crystals. I just barely tried them out, so I only did a couple of them. You also get so we'll see if they do sell. Planks, it's obvious. Wood, cotton yarn, it's obvious. This just comes from cotton. But your traces here, they're the ones that sell big time. I upgraded a few of these just to throw up on there to see if they would sell. I got some of these up there. If they don't sell soon, I'm gonna pull them off, process them down. You don't need any high level processing. I keep these for my stacks when I go out grinding. Here's necklaces, for example. I'm gonna process those soon. I'll get topaz from them. How you can tell is the color of the ruby that's inside the stone, inside the accessory will tell you what you're gonna get from them. So when it comes to processing rings, I wouldn't really mess with, just because they ain't really worth it. Next, yeah, I mean you can play around with them. Earrings, no, absolutely not. Not worth at least processing. Unless you get something like the corals, and you know they're not gonna sell. But the corals, you get the blue, they'll sell. The red, not so much. Your belts, that's what I'm trying out right now. The only reason why I'm with the belts is I can get a Bassy belt. So, for example, I'm in Heidel right now. I'll go and open the map just to show you. Yep, see, I'm in Heidel. Okay, so basically if you run down here and talk to blacksmith, is a shop, sells stuff, mysteries. Yeah, I go for the belt because I can get a Bassy from it. Look, Basilisk, Tree Spirit, Crescents, Ancient Weapon Cores, Belt Strands, you know, so on and so forth. Earrings. You get blue armor, you just see your jackpot likely to be doing this. Not very high. Next, you can get an ogre ring. That's gonna be the one that I normally do. It's gonna be the one I do again. Problem is they're 90,000 a pop. So every once in a while when the market dries up on these types of items, that's what I do. The other thing that I do is I have my workers out getting all my stuff for me. So I don't think I need to go to this warehouse, but I'll check. Got a lot of stuff in my warehouse because I've been doing cooking and different things. AFK money. I need to get back into cooking again. Yep, so 500 wheat. That's not a lot. Yeah, no, we ain't messing with this. But for example, let's go over here. We got carrots being brought up. I'm always transferring these out. Potatoes and eggs, I'm always transferring those out. Wheat, apples, this isn't from there. Like I already sold off 10. Corn, so I need to pull the corn here soon. Well, no, I'll let the corn stack. The honey, that's fine. As you can see, I got more milk tea. This is where I cook. Like, this is actually where I head over here when I want to cook. I got the +1 cooking clothes. I could get it in my pyre or whatever, but haven't really messed with them. Got the potatoes and eggs. Those definitely, they sell fast. So those I both need to pull off. Could sell both 10 stacks of 10,000. Probably make 20-30 mil off of them. Over here we got our wheat and our honey that comes in here, and as you can see, some tops of woods. Branches sell fast, so if you're gardening, branches, they do sell fast. Yeah, they sell, but not that fast. I will put them up on the market. Your wheat sells fast. I won't sell honey because I need it for my cooking. There's all the birch wood. And there's all the birch planks it happens to bring back, which is good. Because it's not like that's a lucky chance for it, and that's part of why I use a goblin to collect my wood. Plain and simple, because it's going to be the only way that it's going to bring planks is if you use a goblin to collect your wood, because they have a higher luck chance. Now, if we had, looks like I got a dark rift up to Valencia. So as you can see, I got 7k here. I had 10 sitting over in the other storage, so that's another 7k. Once it hits 10, I'll head to Velia. I'll sell it. Then I'll come get this and drag it all the way back over, one or the other. So it's a lot of riding around just to wind up getting your stuff. Here's 5k con. This is when you take like your processor, ride around, and have them process down the stuff in different storages, which I'm actually about to wind up doing. So let me swap characters over to that. See how many dark rifts I actually have up. I think only one. But good news is it is very hard, so that will be something I will be doing. Then once I wind up getting the item from it, that's part of why if you look inside my central market, you will see serpents or crescents. You will see items like this when in my market, because when my ancient weapon core, I just went ahead and sold it because I was like, mine's the only one on the market, it'll sell fast. But I'll basically all hang on to them, process them down. So let me go ahead and swap characters real quick. Now, when you're processing accessories, weapons, or armor, which is, when I say the weapons and are the most profitable, the armor I'm testing, um, you can get the crystals from them, which they can use for alchemy stones, which the traces you can get from the weapons, though, that they definitely use from alchemy stones, so that's a big thing. But the weapons are typically more expensive than the armor, so it's a little tricky. It's a little bit up in the air. So this is my life skiller, guys. Got her, you know, little gathering outfit. Gathering his apprentice, professional artist in cooking. I need him master on that. You know, all the different trades.
You can entrust your goods without worry, since it's an official trade zone approved by the head of the Merchant Guild.
Alright, so we're gonna start our route. Run over there. Start processing down the items. This is how I make my silver to wind up being able to, when I'm not doing my silver bar run. Yeah, I guess we'll start. We should actually re-waypoint that and get our setup to heading there. I'll be right back while he's running. Go get my coffee. Alright, I feel a little better now that I've had a drink like half a cup of steaming ass coffee. Alright, so now we're doing my setup. Alright, so I'm thinking about getting into alchemy a little bit. Learn that. For my life skiller, I just joined a hiring guild. I'm not sure how much I can show you of it, but it's Impulse, plain and simple. It's a very hiring guild. Everything's ran through the way it should be, properly. I'm gonna get this character set up over there processing, and then while he's doing that, I guess I'll start explaining a little bit about processing. So processing is melting down an item. Heating is your best opportunity. You can do stuff like wood chopping, all that fun stuff, which I think I'm going to actually be doing today. But when it comes to gear, you want to salvage the market, right? So you're going to type in how much a trace is for and compare that price. So trace, TRAC, will pop it up. And you can basically see them. Now the one that's not available is Earth, which is sad, because Earth, traces of Earth go for a lot. Traces of Origins go for a lot as well, and they're both, you can't get them. The ones you can get from processing down gear is Despair, Wave, Send Savage, Battle, Hunting, Violence, Death, and Memory. You can use your traces to make crystals for alchemy, which is where the big money's at. But basically, you gotta look. So the one that I did yesterday was right here, Trace of Battle, right? And that's my batch. So 222 or it's 218, one or the other. Sitting up there. Looks like the price dropped. I might have to actually swap that. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's come over here to my trace. Yep, 13.7, so we're gonna pull them all off. And you're constantly doing this with your traces. Yep, so mine was that 18. I'll pop them back on here for the lower price. Then you gotta find the pieces of gear. Once again, we're using weapons that wind up doing your traces. I recommend doing amulets because they take up less weight. Just plain and simple. And you can't read what they do. You gotta pick and choose and guess and random choice what ones actually carry what traces. I think it's stealth that you can't actually, it's either stealth, it's one of the S ones, or steady. No, it's actually steady, my bad. Steady amulet, you or weapons in general, steady weapons, you cannot melt down the traces. So if I was to start melting down right now based off of how many are on the market and what prices they're going for, I need to understand. Okay, so for trace of the one I just put up, I forgot what trace that is. Trace of Battle, right? The ones I just swapped around, they go for, we go back into amulets, they go for 12 or 13,000 per trace, and that's the breeze, right? You only want to buy the basic ones because they can't, the higher end ones can't be processed. So if you think about it, 13,000, you're taking more than half a cut on your profit when it comes to buying these weapons. You need to understand that 100%, and the prices fluctuate. So for example, when I bought them and sold off my first 1,000 stack that I wanted going through, they were selling for 30 mil, right? And so I was able to, or 30,000 a piece, right? And I could pick these up for 40, and so now these are dropping in price, which means the traces are dropping in price. Means there's less alchemy people out there trying to buy them. So but you always want to scroll down to the bottom when selecting your price. You always want to buy in a stack of 10. Now let me explain something about this real quick. Okay, if I buy, right, so I'm going to get 10. Let's say these are the only 2 on the market, right? I don't want to waste my time and go 2 and then, you know, because that's 100 silver, whatever, you know, I'm going to go ahead and hit the 8 and I'll buy all 10. And what that'll do is that'll buy the 2 that are below. That'll buy these 2, and then it'll buy these at this price of the 8, plain and simple. And that's with anything on the market. So keep that in mind. If your buddy comes up here in the middle and he's trying to sell something and you're trying to snipe it, you want to buy a little bit higher than what they're buying, because you're gonna have to burn through what's below it first. But if you wind up buying higher, so let's say you're selling these two at $29.40, I would actually come up here and buy these 5 plus those 2 and that 2, and that would guarantee me to get them without buying any of these lower ones. That's gonna be the only way that you can actually technically trade items. Unfortunately, I don't have a boost. Here's alchemy. I don't exactly understand alchemy very well. So, like I said, I want to get involved in it so I can really start making some money, because that's where the silver is at. Alright.
This is the bank.
So, a broad term explaining how this works. You gotta go based off of weight. The first thing that I would do, because I'm over here right now, like when I'm first coming over here, is I would grab all of these. Check my weight. Okay. Grab all these. Check my weight. Okay. Grab all these. Alright. And I won't be able to carry all of them, so we're gonna go with 2,000. Boom. Okay, I can hold a little bit more. We're gonna go with 1,500. Nope, a little bit too much. We're gonna pop in there 500 or 100. Now we're a little bit below, and that's how you're gonna manage your inventory, so you know you're not overweight when you're trying to process. It won't let you process when you're overweight. Now you would come over here and wind up selling everything. Then you would start your processing aspect once everything's sold. How I go about selling things. This way the market doesn't die, and there's only select. Most people ain't doing this. Most people just trash them and kill the market off. I hate this loading factor. We gotta love PS4.
Calpheon is big, isn't it?
Alright, someone dump all. Don't just try and put one. Okay, come on now. Dump all this stuff in here. Watch that weight increase. Boom. Alright. So we got some stuff that's sold. Alright, so we're gonna pump in here. Wheat. Check price, check price. Make sure no one else is selling, because you'll have some scumbags they'll sell down here at the bottom price. So because mine's the only one on the market, the only one that's going up on the market, we'll actually hold off on that because I have more of those. Where's my planks? We have 5 being sold. We have a lot being sold. And then we have this asshole. So, because his is the lowest on the market, we're going to sell ours at the lowest on the market. Now, I hate you all. Look at this. Y'all are fucking garbage. Okay, if you see that, hey, these two are the top 2, place your next one here. Don't drop it down here, because like this guy, he's trying to lower the price on everything. He's not getting his value worth out of it. It's like you're losing so much silver. But then the reason why I'm putting mine on the bottom 2 after just barely complaining about it is literally the only way mine are gonna sell, is being at the bottom. So if someone already has theirs on the bottom, go and put it, but otherwise don't do that. Alright, let's run back over to the bank. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. And over processing right now. I've been able to make a lot of silver from processing. I made 30 million yesterday. If you're interested, feel free to stick around.
This is the Bank of Hope.
Pull that back out. So what I was saying earlier, basically regarding processing, that that you weren't here for, so you weren't able to tune in because I'm not gonna make you rewatch everything. Um, Basically processing down gear for traits. This is traits you use for alchemy. For basically your alchemy crafting for stones. They're
Calpheon
very
is big,
valuable
isn't it?
and viable. I'm just putting all this wheat in there. So when it comes to that, put these right there. It's only one on the market. Alright, so when it comes to the trades, so some of them sold right now. Just made 572 mil right off of it. Looks like the other ones are waiting to sell. That's perfectly fine. So when it comes down to it, you gotta basically head through. And I like picking amulets because they don't weigh a lot. The weight of an amulet is so minuscule. Like if you comparison weapons, right? So this is down at the bottom right. My weapon weighs 12.6 pounds, and on the bottom left it weighs 1.5. So it's a no-brainer. Because your storage in here in your central market and your inventory take up, they don't like weight at all. So when it comes to amulets, you basically gotta know what, or weapons in general, you gotta know what you're breaking them down for. For example, the ones that I specifically did was braise, and the braise, when I go to wind up buying them, I'm gonna always check the very bottom price. And so I buy these 20 first before I would be spending up here at the top price, because it don't make any sense. And the only reason why I do that in particular is if you type in trace, it pulls up and tells you exactly how much they are valued at. Now the ones you cannot get from processing down are like gear. Basically is earth, which sucks because it's super valuable, and origin. Those are the only two. The one that I'm currently selling is trace of battle, which is from the breeze weapons. And so if you think about it, they're heading for 28.7, and these traces are heading for 13.5. Well, the only situation is, yeah, you're losing more than half your profit, but at the same time, you're getting 4 to 5 traces per breakdown from your processing, and where you actually break them down is in your heating. So you come over here, heat down, like let's say this was a weapon, well, I can't use this weapon because it's plus 15, but you click it into it, melt it down, and then after that, you wind up getting your traces. As well as the
For
reason
its
why I
size, it
picked
has fewer trustworthy
braise.
merchants than you'd think.
Oh, that's nice. As well as why I would pick braise is you get the crystals. Let me see if I can find them. Yep, pure platinum crystals, which sell pretty decently. Standard price 340,000 a piece. Now that's a very lucky drop. Like out of 1,000 braise that I wound up getting, which is roughly, if you think about it, 400 amulets, I only got 30. So that, I mean, that's just kind of a bonus. But then you also get platinum shards, which, let's see here, let's go plat. Belted platinum shards, they're going for 17.8. So with that being said, you know, you could sell them at, with this, it looks like a, nope, yeah, you would have to go 17.7. Nope, you'd have to go 16.5 because of this dickwad down here who happened to post at the bottom price. That's another thing that I don't get, is like, if you can see there's a huge gap, you might as well adjust your price, get your profit out of it instead of trying to drop the price, because it actually does the opposite. When more are being bought, the price increases. And so this person who's trying to increase or decrease the price makes no sense, when you might as well get the maximum amount of profit that you need. But those you also get from the braise weapons. Another really good one to actually wind up doing is depending on this. The price on these fluctuates so fast, so it can kind of alter. Alright, so memory is from your Rosar weapons. I typically wouldn't do that right now, but they fluctuate like crazy. The memory ones do, just because the Rosar weapons are so expensive, and so sometimes the market will be dried up and they'll increase on price, and then sometimes they'll get flooded because the weapons will drop in price. But keep that in mind. Death is from your steeds. Your violence is Kelos. Your hunting you can't actually get unless you're breaking down hunting matchlocks. I don't recommend doing that. Not really worth it. I mean, you can get it from hunting as well, though. Your forest is gathered, pure gathering. Origin is killing a certain type of mob. It's basically the Nagas. They're a rare chance because you get the savage more often from them. This one you'll wind up getting from ore. But they're definitely worth getting into. I mean, if you're gonna use them for alchemy, you can make more money there. I'm planning on getting into alchemy soon. Don't exactly fully understand it, but definitely worth doing. This is just my processing character, so my gear is non-existent. But as you can see right there, this is my life skiller character. Having your workers gather your stuff for you is going to help out a lot. They'll fill up your different warehouses. So for example, I got them always working. I haven't been selling stuff off. But, well, I've been out grinding and doing my daily stuff and hitting my dark grips, all that fun stuff. They're still gathering all this stuff, all the different types of materials. So like 12.8 chicken meat, the eggs, the potatoes. The chicken meat you can wind up reselling, or you could cook it down into bird meat and then sell it for more. So it works out really well, and it's 100% AFK. So if you want to be lazy or do this while you go to sleep or work or whatever, it works out excellent. The corn doesn't really sell for that high, unfortunately, so it's not, I mean, it's just kind of like a bonus. I still sell it because it's free materials at this point. It's just costing bird meat, which bird meat I'm getting free because I'm cooking up my chicken meat from having them gather the chicken meat. And so because it's free, I might as well get it and sell it off. As far as the woods and ores, they go pretty fast on the market. The ore, definitely. Out here in Glinch, I think I got mushrooms coming in. Yeah, so there's mushrooms. You can do those for stews and different things. There's the mud crystals. Those you also sell. I think I got some on the market right now. Yep. They sell for $14.60 a piece. And so, you know, they just gather up from all your different workers. I'm gonna swap back to my other character and basically at this point show you where I have been able to progress myself to within the short amount of time. Let's put it this way, I'll go 2 solid weeks of not upgrading, and then I'll upgrade, and when I do upgrade I go up by 20 points, 20 AP or DP, whatever I wind up picking, and it's a huge jump. I was able to get into a higher rank guild because of it. I'm actually in Impulse right now. We own 3 different forts placed out for 3 separate nodes, and then as well as that, every other week we switch off with Karma upon owning an actual full-on territory. Basically help each other out, reset the tax bracket, and as well as that, you're able to collect a lot of silver from them. And not to mention, you do get the 50% drop bonus when it comes to those areas, which helps out a lot. Silver bars, gold bars, like all sorts of different things. World boss, it actually does affect that. We found out. It's kind of iffy for a while. So I'm very satisfied with the progression that I've literally made from AFK, including grinding is a different story. You can make a lot from grinding. So this guild in particular, if they have open slots, they accept people at 450 gear score, and as long as they're willing to actually progress. So when we come into the inventory here, sitting at 213 AP, my Awaken's 210, and my DP is at 275, so that literally puts me at 488 gear score as of right now for my grinding when I am asleep, because they want me to get my level up to 60, so I'm using these books for when I'm asleep, and I'll just be literally AFK at the test dummies here. I'm in Heidel. It's real simple for that. Basically all you do is you wind up reading the book, and then you sit here. I think my book is actually still going. I had like a 5 hour going on, and I just got up, so it's pretty loud. Yep, you head over to the test dummy after you read the book, and then you wind up just holding triangle, and then there's AFK fighting. Where you buy the books is from this blacksmith. So when you walk in here, you just basically over here, blacksmith trading. You wind up buying all your different books. Costs quite a bit. So I went ahead and pulled out my silver from yesterday. This is all made overnight for 30 million. I pulled it all out onto my character. And I bought some books, so I went down, you know, a little bit. But that's basically to kind of reference and show that I'm carrying 152 million. And in here I'm sitting at 30. So I'll make 30 million just from that. So because of it, I was able to get my tech. I had a tech chest piece. I swapped out the red nose, resold it off. Trying to rebuild that durability back up. I was able to swap from a Liberto to a Zarko. I was able to swap from a tech weapon, sub weapon. I don't even remember which one it was. It was a Jubilee amulet. I'm on a sorceress, and got the Nuver. Next, I'm going for the Tridandelion. I went ahead and I had 2 Tungrats priests. I went ahead and pulled those off, sold them off, and went ahead and bought 2 Witches and Duos because they gave me the same amount of AP. Then for the March of Shadows, I had a Crescent Duo. I went ahead and pulled that, sold that. Got a Tri March of Shadows, same AP, so they're both given 11. Then I went ahead and replaced my second Mark of Shadows with this one, and just wanted to try because it's sitting at a 9. So the Mark of Shadows just gave me 1 AP there. The Serpents, they're so cheap. I'm getting a duos with no problem. I have a Serpent sitting in my inventory, and basically what I'm doing now is when I run my Dark Rifts, I hang on to the gear, I process, I wind up enchanting them, or enhancing them, and sell them off at a higher end level. So for example, I think I got a Dark Rift right now. For the boxes, when you're opening them, they're a random RNG box, obviously, but you can get gear from them or Cron Stones. What I do, for example, I'd open them up consecutively. I would wait for 1 or 2 Cron Stones to fly past the reel, and then I click the button for them to stop, which allows them to actually register. And 9 times out of 10, I won't get a Cron Stone, so that way I do get a piece of gear, so I'm able to enhance for it. For places for grinding for money, if you want to go pure money, like pure money, Sazens is excellent, and it's a low AP bracket. So obviously I'm way past this as far as the AP goes, but it's a good spot for lower end people. If they're a little bit too easy, you're able to fly through them, and you can come over to these ones, the Schultz. They drop the exact same trash loot, the exact same turn-in loot. But if you're able to fly past these, you might as well stick over here. Like occasionally, I'll even still head back here because I can just slaughter them and get my inventory fills up in less than 5 minutes. I have to dump it off on a wagon and go back and forth. And next thing you know, I'm making a lot of silver. Basilisk is where I've started hitting. Now, people were like very afraid of Basilisk then because of the PvP aspect. And all the people who used to PvP like a month or so ago in this area, the higher end people, moved on. Like, I kid you not, they're over there at Pinnacle, Jail, they're over here at Sulphur Mines. Like, they are hitting the higher end areas now. And I can go to those areas, but I'm choosing not to because I'm wanting to stay a little bit back. Their trash loot drops at 2k a piece per individual, but they take a little bit longer to kill, even at my AP. So, and that's due to my low level. I'm only 58. I'm way over level in comparison. I was at 56 hitting 480 gear score, so my gear score was through the roof, but I was only level 56, so I needed to grind. But if I'm going out for XP and silver, I'll hit Dark Hearts. I can averagely make right around 2 or 3 mil in an hour. Nothing too bad. The Centaurs works out really good as well. I think I'm gonna go hit this real quick. We're gonna go hit our Dark Rift. Checking out time. Thank you so much for watching. Kind of went over some stuff. We're gonna call it a wrap right there. I'll do another one later on when I'm doing something